Flag is raised. In they come for this extended 2.5 miler.
Market in
They're
play.
off. On the run to the first of 17 fences, the nose-banded Hills of Dubai in the leading line, with Diderot Vallis in a white and blue jacket, Arctic Gold in the dark blue, and You're Gonna Hear Me Roar in the black and orange stars just behind them as they rise at the opening fence, which they've all handled safely enough. Cape Blanco in the green and blue, a little bit clumsy. Western Joe in a pale jacket is dropped out in last place. Meanwhile, Gold Opera with the striped sleeves settles in midfield with Eku de la Noverie, who, if anything, was a little overbold at the second and pitched on landing. David Maxwell in the red and blue silks was briefly forward in the saddle, but the momentum is swiftly regathered as they take another one across on the far side, plane one, before the first of the ditches. So Diderot Vallis and Hills of Dubai setting the early pace here and just establishing themselves with a small lead over their pursuers. Arctic Gold disputing third with Gold Opera, the striped headgear, and Eku de la Noverie racing freely under restraint. And a couple of lengths to You're Gonna Hear Me Roar. Cape Blanco is last.
Fully matched.
And Western Joe racing in touch at the back of the field. Reaching the crown of the far bend and swinging on into the last
fully
2 miles
matched.
and move on towards fence 5. Diderot Vallis on the left, the nose-banded Hills of Dubai alongside. Then Eku de la Noverie, who still hasn't really settled, disputing third with Gold Opera, rising at this plain fence. Second half of the field led over by Arctic Gold, and You're Gonna Hear Me Roar screwing in the air. And then Cape
fully
Blanco
matched.
and Western
Fully
Joe.
matched.
Open ditch now. Hills of Dubai and
Fully
Diderot
matched.
Vallis continue
Fully
to dispute
matched.
the running.
Fully matched.
Each jumping soundly there. Eku de la Noverie, brown cap for David Maxwell.
Fully
just
matched.
Gold Opera on the left. Then Arctic Gold in the dark blue, tracked by You're Gonna Hear Me Roar. Cape Blanco disputing last place with Western Joe. All safe over that one. And now the last of the fences up the straight. It's still over a circuit to travel. They're approaching the 8th. Diderot Vallis and Hills of Dubai as one. 2 lengths ahead of Eku de la Noverie. Gold Opera on the near side of he. Further 2 lengths then to You're Gonna Hear Me Roar. The black and orange starred jackets. Arctic Gold closer to the rail, and Cape Blanco sitting right on their tails, and then 3 lengths to Western Joe. Into the paddock turn, and making the lengthy run to the first of the 5 fences on the far side of the track, about to pass through the halfway point. And the next, fence 9, brings them to the end of a circuit. Diderot Vallis down the nose-banded Hills of Dubai, still first and second. Gold Opera continues to shadow Eku de la Noverie. Then You're Gonna Hear Me Roar and Arctic Gold racing together, tracked by Cape Blanco in the green and blue. And finally, Western Joe. They descend at this point to this next plain fence. Hills of Dubai and Diderot Vallis, again inseparable on landing. From Gold Opera, You're Gonna Hear Me Roar.
Fully
chased along
matched.
on landing there. Arctic Gold
Fully
and Eku de
matched.
la Noverie waiting in the wings with Cape Blanco, blue and green silks. Western Joe, a little awkward at the back of the field there, and still a little detached. Heading now towards the last mile or so, on towards fence 11. Diderot Vallis with a small advantage over Hills of Dubai, was big and bold. Another slight error at the back of the field from Western Joe, who's finding it a bit of a struggle at present, and so too in truth is You're Gonna Hear Me Roar being ridden along, becoming a bit remote. Over 6 out, Diderot Vallis and Hills of Dubai as one from Eku de la Noverie, and Gold Opera out wide in the headgear. Then Arctic Gold, dark blue, Cape Blanco in touch, and a small gap to Western Joe, and You're Gonna Hear Me Roar. And now the penultimate ditch, and with a big lead, Eku de la Noverie came up to join the leading line there. A mistake in rear from You're Gonna Hear Me Roar, who's toiling. Leaving the back straight, Eku de la Noverie shifting across the rail, getting ahead of Hills of Dubai, who's come under pressure. Diderot Vallis in the white jacket, though, is still very much on terms with the lead. Gold Opera, the latest to be ridden along,
error.
disputing third. And then back in 5th, Cape Blanco as they straight accelerating. Arctic Gold coming under heavy pressure as well. So on towards the fourth last. Ecu de la Noverie and David Maxwell on the far side of Charlie Deutsch and Diderot Vallis. Over 4 from home. Ecu de la Noverie landed a length clear. Diderot Vallis sticking to the task. Gold Opera just running around a little in behind, but he's plugging on in third. Then Hills of Dubai weakening away from Cape Blanco. The third last is the last of the ditches, and Diderot Vallis was back up sides. Ecu de la Noverie made a mistake, and David Maxwell got himself in a bit of a tangle on landing, but he swiftly gathers up the reins once more. Diderot Vallis, though, has been handed the advantage. Ecu de la Noverie back for more. A length between them on landing over 2 out. Gold Opera hasn't been shaken off. Plugging on in third. Then Cape Blanco and Hills of Dubai. There's one left to jump. Diderot Vallis still. Ecu de la Noverie is pestering. Could be all on the jumping at the last here. Diderot Vallis jumped it well. Got away from it with a 3-length advantage. Now Gold Opera is getting his second wind. He's rallying very stoically. Ecu de la Noverie is back in third. It's Diderot Vallis and Charlie Deutsch in front from Gold Opera. The shadows, the post are looming, and Diderot Vallis defies that way to give Venetia Williams a double on the day. Gold Opera in second, tight for third. Cape Blanco ultimately was upside.